What's up everyone, we're going to be going through the best NBA player props on Prizepicks today. Now I did want to show you the results from yesterday's picks from my exclusive Discord group, and as you guys see we actually got 14 picks correct, which was absolutely insane. So we're on a huge hot streak, but if you want to get 14 picks right like me, win more bets and receive the best picks from some of the best bettors in the world for less than a cup of coffee, you can access the exclusive Discord and meet some of the best sport bettors in the game by joining my Patreon, which will be linked down below in the description. Once you join, you'll have complete access to the Discord and can start winning more bets today. So make sure to join my Patreon using the link in the description. And here's one of our members who just signed up and won himself $568 just yesterday. Another member who won $120 for the 6th day in a row since joining my Discord. So guys, if you want to win big money like our members, the link will be in the description. So go join the Patreon to have access to the Discord group. And I will be continuing to upload every single day on this channel the best bets and props. So make sure to subscribe so you don't miss my daily uploads. Alright, so let's get straight to the first pick. And when it comes to these picks, I'm not saying to chuck all of them into a parlay and hope for the best. Pick and choose the ones that you like and the ones that work best for you. So the first pick we're talking about is Mikal Bridges for 2.5 rebounds, and this one is for less. Now look at Mikal Bridges. We've actually seen him go in the under in 4 out of the last 5 games, and they do face off against none other than the Brooklyn Nets. Now, when we look at the Brooklyn Nets, we do see that they actually surprisingly rank 5th when it comes to rebounds allowed. And for that reason, we do very much like the under for this situation here. When we look at Mikal Bridges, he doesn't have that high of a usage rate in the rebounding category as well. We don't really tend to see him really go for the rebound. It's usually just off luck to see him get a board here and there, and for that reason we do definitely like the under for this situation. Now his average over the last 5 is 2.2, so significantly under this line, and like I mentioned before, he has missed this consistently going on the under. He had one game against Minnesota where he did get 4 rebounds, but we think that was an outlier game. Now this line is pushed a little bit too high, that now is a lot more value, especially to go on the under, especially against a team like Brooklyn who do actually rank 5th when it comes to rebounds allowed. Now we look at the pace of this game. We are expecting a little bit more of a slower pace type game. Brooklyn Nets and New York Knicks, both pretty slow teams, not the slowest, but pretty slow. So when it comes to Bridges, we may not see him get the same amount of volume that we usually do see from him in the rebounding department, which can also help him go on the under in this situation here. So with all those things being said, we do very much like the under for this situation here, and we definitely see that being the case. So definitely keep an eye out for Mikal Bridges for his rebounding line. So Mikal Bridges, 2.5 rebounds for less, I think is a fantastic pick. Now getting into the next one, we're going to be talking about Anthony Black. So Anthony Black, another great player, and this one is for rebounds and assists for 6.5. So this one's actually a combo one as well. So 6.5 rebs and assists for less. Okay, so this one is a great one. Now when we look at Anthony Black, we've actually seen him go on the under in 3 out of the last 5 games, and they do face off against none other than the Toronto Raptors. Now we look at the Toronto Raptors, we do actually see that the Raptors, when we look at assists allowed, they do rank 20th, and then moving on into rebounds allowed, we also do see that the Raptors rank a little bit better than that, but they do rank 13th. Now, when they do rank 13th, we also do see that when it comes to this matchup as well, Anthony Black doesn't really have the highest usage rate in both departments. Yes, he has gone in the under 3 out of the last 5, and he had one game where he did get 13, but we think that was a little bit of an outlier game that has actually pushed this line a little bit too high. His average over the last 5 is actually 7.2, but I think due to that outlier game, it's brought everything a little bit inflated, and now there's a lot more value to go on the under here. When we look at the matchup for this game versus Toronto and Orlando are a pretty slow-paced team, so we are expecting a pretty slow-paced game coming from this matchup. Toronto are a little bit faster in pace, but we are expecting them to see them being slowed down by this Orlando Magic team, which should lead to less volume for Anthony Black. Now, Black doesn't really have the highest usage rate in these departments, and when we look at what the bookies are saying, the bookies also have him favored for the under as well, so that works out in our favor there. So all signs really do point towards the under for this one, and for that reason, Anthony Black, 6.5 rebs and assists combo for less, I think is a fantastic pick. Now getting into the next one, we're going to be talking about Jamal Murray. So Jamal Murray, great player, and this one is for none other than Reaves and assists as well, another combo one, and this one is actually for less. So this one is 9.5 for less for this one. Now we look at Jamal Murray. We've actually seen him going the under in 4 out of the last 5 games, and they do face off against none other than the Philadelphia 76ers. So when we look at this matchup, as you all know, Jamal Murray, great player. However, we do like the under, as when we look at Philadelphia 76ers, they do actually rank 19th when it comes to assists allowed, and they also rank 15th in rebounds allowed. However, the reason why we do like the under for this situation here is due to the fact that when it comes to Philadelphia, they actually do a really good job at restricting reps and assists to the actual guard position, which is what Jamal Murray is. So for that reason, we do very much like the under for the situation here. Jamal Murray is a great player, do not get me wrong. However, when we actually look at his average over the last 5, we also do see that he's only been averaging 8.4, significantly below this line. He's gone on the under consistently, and on top of that, with Philly being a very good team at restricting guards, we all see those things being the case coming into this, that we do like the under for this one. Now, when we look at Jamal Murray as well, another big reason we do very much like the under is due to the fact that when it comes to actually Jamal Murray, what we also do see is that, both Denver and Philly are both pretty slow-paced teams, and we definitely see that being the case and affecting him, which is likely to cause him to go on the under due to the slow pace of this game. So Jamal Murray, 9.5 reps and assists for less, I think is a fantastic pick.
As you all know, I do want to get these picks out to you as soon as possible, but Prizepicks is delayed with some of their lines. So here are a couple of players you should definitely watch out for when their lines drop. So the first player we're going to be talking about is none other than Tyler Herro. Now, when we look at Tyler Herro, we've actually seen him so far this season average 24 points, 5.7 rebounds, and also dish out 5 assists, while also shooting 47.8% from the field. So he's done a great job for Miami Heat, and Miami Heat do face off against none other than the Portland Trail Blazers. Now, as we all know, when we look at the Portland Trail Blazers, we see that they rank 24th when it comes to points allowed. On top of that, moving on into assists allowed, we see that they rank 23rd, and then rebounds allowed, we also see that the Portland Trail Blazers do rank 23rd as well. So they rank very low in all 3 categories, and for that reason, we definitely do like the over for someone like Tyler Herro, especially with the way he has been playing. He's been playing absolutely fantastic. He's been able to hit his line very consistently, and we see his usage rate continuing to increase and continue to remain stable as the games and days go by. When it comes to Tyler Herro as well, when we look at the matchup against Portland Trailblazers are a little bit of a faster paced team, and we are expecting Miami Heat to actually come up to Trailblazers pace, so we could see a lot more volume there for someone like Tyler Herro coming into this matchup, especially against a faster paced team like the Portland Trailblazers. So for that reason, I definitely would keep an eye out for the over for this situation here. I see a lot of value for someone like Tyler Herro, so keep an eye out for his line. If his line is under his averages, definitely look to go in the over, so I'll see a lot of value there. Now, getting into the next player, we're going to be talking about Mikal Porter Jr. So, Mikal Porter Jr., as we all know, fantastic player who's been averaging 18.2 points, 6.5 rebounds, 2.4 assists, while also shooting 51.4% from the field. So, he's done a fantastic job for none other than the Denver Nuggets, and the Denver Nuggets do face off against the Philadelphia 76ers. Now, Philadelphia 76ers haven't had the greatest season so far. They currently rank, pretty low in their conference, 15-26 record, while the Nuggets have a 26-16 record. And 76ers do actually rank 11th when it comes to points allowed. On top of that, moving on into assists allowed, we also see that the 76ers rank 19th, and then rebounds allowed, the 76ers do rank 15th as well. So they don't really rank too well when it comes to all 3 categories, and for that reason, we do very much like the over for this situation for someone like MPJ. MPJ not only has been playing great, but on top of anything else, he's also been playing with a very high efficiency out there. His usage rate continues to remain very high. We definitely can see that continuing on into this next matchup, no doubt about it. So I definitely would keep an eye out for someone, like MPJ coming into this matchup. He has been playing great. It should continue on, no doubt about it. And when we also look at this matchup, we also see that the 76ers do a poor job at restricting points, rebounds, and assists to the small forward position. Now, when it comes to MPJ, however, I would definitely focus a lot more on points and rebounds. We do know that MPJ doesn't really dish out assists, or it's not his highest usage rate out of all three categories. So I would focus a lot more on rebounds and points to see someone like MPJ be able to go on the over on this one. So for that reason, keep an eye out for MPJ's line. I see a lot of value there to go on the over, so definitely keep an eye out for that. So MPJ, keep an eye out for the line. If it is under his averages, definitely look to go in the over, because I see a lot of value there, specifically points and rebounds. Now getting to the next player, we're going to be talking about Austin Reaves from the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, when we look at the Los Angeles Lakers, we do see they have a 22-18 record, and the Lakers do have themselves a very interesting matchup against none other than the Washington Wizards. Now, Washington Wizards have a record of 6-35, one of the worst teams in the NBA right now. And when it comes to the Washington Wizards, we also do see that the Wizards do rank 30th when it comes to points allowed. On top of that, moving on into assists allowed, we see that the Wizards rank 26th, and then rebounds allowed, we also see the Wizards do rank 30th. So, you know, they don't really rank too well in all three categories, and we definitely see someone like Austin Reaves being able to take advantage of this and going on the over here. When it comes to Los Angeles Lakers as well, what we also do see is that we are expecting some players like LeBron, also other players like Anthony Davis, who are potentially not playing in this matchup. If they don't play, we definitely see an increase in Reaves' usage rate, which definitely gives us a more likelihood he will get over on his line. But even if they do end up playing, we still see Reaves still being able to go on the over on his line as well, whether it's points, rebounds, or assists. Washington Wizards are just such a poor team, and when we look at the pace of this game as well, you know, the Wizards and Lakers are both pretty fast-paced teams, so we are expecting quite a lot of volume, and probably a little bit more volume than we usually see from someone like Austin Reaves. So for that reason, I definitely would keep an eye out for the over, but I would focus a lot more on points and assists.